Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. All praise due to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. And may His best salutations be on His most humble and most beloved servants, Muhammad, and his holy progeny, Ahlalbait, salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhim ajma'in. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا. The question in front of every human being is how to live. Because everybody is living. And everybody was brought to this life without his choice. It is Allah's blessing. He has blessed us and He has granted us the life. And the life aims from Allah to shower on us His blessings and His mercy. And you read in Quran that the aim of the creation, إِلَّا مَنْ رَحِمَ رَبُّكَ وَلِذَلِكَ خَلَقَهُمْ. Allah's aim by creating you and me and all the universe to shower on us His blessings, His mercy. But the question is, every human being who is alive is living. Yet there are people who are living in the right way and people who are living in the wrong way. Millions and millions before us have come to this life and lived and died. But how did they live? And how did they die? Do you want to live like them and die like them? We want to live like the blessed people. As Allah says in Quran, وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولِ, he who obeys Allah and His Messenger, فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ, they will be with those on whom God, Allah, has granted His bounties, مِنَ النَّبِيِّينَ, from the prophets, وَالصَّدِّيقِينَ, truthful people, وَالشُّهَدَاء, martyrs and witnesses, وَالصَّالِحِينَ, pious people, وَحَسُنَ أُولَٰئِكَ رَفِيقًا, and they are the best companions. Do you want to be with the best companions? Or you want to be with others? It is a very clear question in front of everyone from us. In front of us, two lines. A line where you see the prophets and the infallible imams and the pious people following them. And the other line you see Fir'aun, Haman, Namrud, Qarun, Yazid, and those who are on the same line. Tell me frankly and without any hesitation, which line do you like to join? Of course, you want to join the line of the blessed people. But it is not enough to wish. We need to act. It is not enough to wish to be successful. You need to be working very hard to reach to your wish. It is not enough to wish to be from the people of paradise, but you need to work hard to achieve the acts that you need to achieve to be with the people of paradise. The question is this: how to live? Everyone comes to this life and faces this question. On one side, you have got, as a human being, your desires. And you have got on the other side your intellect, aql, and how you can maintain a balance between your intellect and your desires. That's the question. And Allah, who created you and me, and whose mercy is on us always, and whose mercy is on everyone more than the mercy of the mother on her child, He showed us the way. He told us what is the way to live as a noble and perfect and happy human being. It is the way of the prophets and the infallible imams. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. As we read in Surah Al-Hamd every day, as you know that every Muslim must perform the obligatory daily prayers. 2 rak'ats for morning, 3 for Dhuhr, 4 for Asr, 3 for Maghrib, and 4 for Isha. In every Salah, we must recite Surah Al-Hamd, and at least in the first and second rak'ah. And in Surah Al-Hamd, you read that everyone should say, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Oh Allah, guide us on the right path. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. Where is the right path? If you ask different people what is the right path according to them, you will get different answers. But Allah, who created me and you and everyone and the universe, He has told us what is the right path. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. It is the way of those on whom Allah has granted His bounties, the prophets and the infallible imams. This is the crucial question that you cannot achieve your aim in life to live happily, having all your needs fulfilled, means your spiritual satisfaction, your body requirement, your intellectual balance. You cannot achieve a perfect life without following the straight path, which is the way of the prophets and the infallible imams. Now we come ahead, or we go a little bit further. That Imam Hussein alayhi salam that all the followers of Ahlul-Bayt commemorate and observe his martyrdom every year, everywhere? Aimed for what? He aimed, as he said, إنما خرجت لطلب الإصلاح في أمة جدي. I have come out to rectify the deviation which took place in the ummah of my grandfather. The Muslims who were just 50 years away from the Prophet's time, just 50 years, just half a century, not more. Many of them forgot the real Islam because of the corruption of the rulers. The rulers of Bani Umayyah, Muawiyah, and then after him Yazid. They were so away from Islam. Muawiyah kept Islam as a title only. And he was doing many major sins and showing people that he is a good person. Muawiyah used to import very expensive liquor from Europe to Damascus, and used to tell people that it is not liquor, it is a honey. It is honey. Abu Dhar, the pious and truthful man, knew that it is not honey. It is a liquor, because Muawiyah used to drink liquor, not caring to Quran, not caring to the Prophet, not caring to Islam. Abu Dhar used to take knife, his own small knife, from his kitchen and go to the bazaar, the market of Damascus. When the caravan of the liquor reached, Abu Dhar used to tear off the container of the liquid, and the liquid pours down, and people see it and smell it, liquor. And Abu Dhar used to say, look, oh people, look at the honey of Muawiyah. Look at the honey of Muawiyah. Muawiyah was very far away from Islamic teachings. But still, he tried to hide. He was a sort of very dangerous hypocrite, munafiq, showing Islam and hiding something different. But his son, Yazid, was even not caring to show any respect to religion. Yazid did not have even any sort of respect to religion. Imam Hussein alayhi salam saw that the whole ummah will sink in the dirt of sins. And he did not find any way to save Islam and Muslims but to fight against Yazid, knowing that he will be killed. And he went willingly to meet the martyrdom in the way of Allah, and he gave his sacrifice, which was the greatest sacrifice in the human history, to save Islam, which is the last and final religion for guiding the whole human beings. So, those who have come and those who participate in every majlis of Imam Hussein, every sermon, every gathering, they are coming to reflect, and they are coming to confirm that they are followers of Imam Hussein. They love him, and they believe that he was the Imam of Haqq of his time, truth. And they confirm that they want to live their life. They want to lead their life according to the teachings of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Because Imam alayhi salam said, أريد أن أأمر بالمعروف وأنهى عن المنكر. I want to enjoin good and forbid evil. That is the main question. Now you find many Muslims don't hold majlis. Even you find some of them condemn holding majlis. They say that it is bid'ah, innovation. Why? Because they have deviated from the real teachings of Islam. They have not understood the real teachings of the Prophet and teachings of Quran. And they thought that Islam is what their sheikhs are telling them, not as Quran and the Prophet and Ahlalbait are telling them. In fact, every Muslim must be with Imam Hussein. If he is not, means he is with Yazid. Any Muslim wants to be with Yazid? Of course, they will say, no, we don't want to be with Yazid. But it is not a matter of claim. Many people say, we don't want to be with Shaitan, but practically they are following Shaitan. Many people claim to be with Allah, but they are in fact not with Allah. They are against Allah. The point is this. Imam Hussein alayhi salam saw the corruption of the rulers, and saw that the corruption of the rulers will make the whole society corrupted. He saw no way to save Islam but to go and fight. Though the battle was not equivalent, 30,000 at least from the side of Bani Umayyah of soldiers, and 70 only from side of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Still Imam alayhi salam fought, knowing that he will be martyred. But what was the result? The result of the martyrdom of the grandson of the Prophet and all the tragedies which took place, that the Muslims of that time got the biggest shock, which made them wake up, and they were about to die. Their Islamic consciousness was about to finish. But that shock, like the electrical shock for some people, makes them be better, that shock gave the Muslim Ummah a new life and gave Islam for all generations to come from Karbala till the day of judgment, a continuous life. Whenever we remember Imam Hussein alayhi salam, we remember that we have to be against corruption. Whenever we come to the majlis of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and we weep and cry, we remember that we have to follow Imam Hussein. We have to keep our life as pious as we can to be like the followers, like the companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. This is the way. Yes, we are between two ways, way of truth and way of evil. And it is not only in front of us, but in front of every human being. The difference is this, that we are being blessed, that we were being brought up in an atmosphere that we heard about Imam Hussein, and we attend majlis, and we come and listen, and we know something. But what about millions of people who are living in this world, who are unaware of Imam Hussein? They are suffering, and their life is full of difficulties, but there is no light of Imam Hussein in their life. So they need someone to guide them. And here comes our responsibility. You are responsible, and I am responsible as well, to make the message of Imam Hussein reach to people, those who don't know him, those who don't know his message, those who don't know why Imam Hussein gave all his sacrifice. For what? For government? No. For saving human beings from evil, for making human beings live as real human beings, not like animals with the shape of human beings, like Yazid and his followers. Yazid was not a human being in the real sense. Yes, his shape was a human being, but the spirit, the behavior, the soul was not human being because of his evil deeds. Now, we start from ourselves, coming to remembering Imam Hussein in the majlis, and then after majlis leaving the place. What did you gain? What did I gain? Aren't we responsible to ask ourselves this question? The answer is yes. We have to ask ourselves this question and be sure that the way of life that we are taking should be as far as possible like the way of life of the companions of Imam Hussein. Our personal life, our spirituality, our manners, our dealings. How do we behave with our parents, with our families, with our circle, friends, society, with the world? We should follow the example of Imam Hussein and his followers. And that is the main aim. That gives us the real life. That gives us the excellent status of life. We don't gather to remember Imam Hussein, yet do evil deeds. No. No. We remember Imam Hussein and try our best to follow him. Especially the challenge of those who are living in un-Islamic society. Society which does not know Islam. More than that, society which has some bad conceptions about Islam, either because of some wrong Muslims or because of some Muslim tyrant rulers, or because of ignorance, or for any other reason. There are now in many European places, cities, towns, villages, you find people who don't understand the real meaning of Islam. They don't appreciate the Islamic values. What is my responsibility dealing with them and yours? The responsibility is, number one, to make our Islamic character as strong as possible by gaining useful knowledge. Number two, by practicing the Islamic teachings in our life. You will be then giving them a living example that the Islamic life is such. A person who is polite, cooperative, constructive, helping, caring, your behavior itself can guide people to Islam, to Imam Hussein alayhi salam, whom you believe in. And also, try to talk to them. Try to interact with them in a polite way to make them understand, to make them know. Because if you don't put that trial, if you don't put that effort, many people will remain ignorant about Islam and will remain deprived from the light of Islam. In fact, you are enjoying a great opportunity because you are living among non-Muslims. And the opportunity is this, that you are able to invite and inform those who don't know about Islam to think about Islam. This invitation to that information itself is a very great deal of good deeds. We have got in the hadith that if anyone invites people to Islam, if the person invited does not accept the invitation, the person who invited him will get the reward of making one dead alive. And if one invites someone and his invitation is being accepted, he will get the reward of a prophet. So huge reward. So talk to people about your faith, but politely. Don't be from those who give Islam bad name by their bad attitude. Even your dress. Some people, when they become Muslim, they dress different way. The dress itself is not attractive. Why? Try to dress best dress. Try to keep your body very clean. Always apply perfume because it is mustahab in Islam. Islam says it is highly recommended to apply perfume, to wear perfume. And your salah with perfume will be multiplied 70 times the reward of it. A person performs his salah without perfume, he will get reward of salah. With perfume, 70 times. So, have good shape, very good looking, polite. Make your neighbors first, your neighbors, know about your faith. Gift them some gifts. A booklet about Islam, a leaflet about Islam, a leaflet about Imam Hussein. If you prepare some food in Ashura, gift a plate to your neighbor and tell them this is because of the martyrdom of our Imam Hussein, who was martyred by the evil powers, and he was defending the noble human values. Make your neighbors know about your faith politely, with respect. Make your colleagues in the university, in the college, in the work, also know about your faith politely. And give them slight evidences according to their ability. Don't give overdose. The doctors know that dose should be given according to the need. Always talk to people according to their understanding. Don't give them more than what they can tolerate. Be a man of wisdom and be a sincere servant of Islam, sincere servant of the Prophet and the Ahlalbait. Don't be a silent mum Muslim. No. Be a polite and a wise spokesman, inviting people, not only by talking, mainly by behavior, by noble behavior. And by this way, you will get the effect on the hearts of people. Because we are not targeting the ears of people. We are targeting the hearts. And when the word comes out from your heart, it will penetrate to the hearts of others. This responsibility of conveying the message must be fulfilled. We cannot keep quiet when we see that we have got the truth that everyone needs, and none of them, out of millions of people, know enough about it. Today, the solution of the problems, not only in Holland or UK, all over the world, solutions of the economic problems, political problems, social problems, corruption, discrimination, every problem lies in following the real teaching of Islam. Someone can say, oh, look at the Muslim countries, how they are suffering from problems. Yes, because they are not following Islam. There are millions of Muslims who are Muslims just by name. I'm not talking about them. They are also responsible to return back to the teaching of real Islam, the teaching of the Prophet and his Ahlalbait. And now we are witnessing that more and more people are coming to the light of Ahlalbait all over the world. From Australia to China to Korea to Thailand to Myanmar to the subcontinent to Asia, Middle East, Europe, America, Africa, South America, wherever you go, wherever there are human beings, the light is reaching gradually, and more followers are coming, joining the caravan of light, the light of Ahlalbait, light of Imam Hussein, light of the real Islam. But we want to be with the servants of this caravan. Of course, we have to be, inshallah, we have to do our best to be in this caravan, not out of it, and also to invite people to it. Not only to follow, but also to invite people for it. This is the message which Imam Hussein alayhi salam has conveyed to the whole world. And this is the message of the truth which attracted hundreds of millions of people in the last 13.5 centuries. Means after Karbala till today. Those who became Muslims through the greatness of Imam Hussein. And those who are still Muslims, remaining Muslims, through the greatness of the sacrifice of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Brothers and sisters, here in Holland, we have seen challenges from people who claim to be Muslims, but in fact they are not really following the real teachings of Islam. Islam is against any sort of terrorism. Those who support or sympathize with any act of terrorism, they are so far from Islam. Islam is the religion of justice and peace and fairness. We have got a hadith that a Muslim woman during the time of the Prophet said that Muslim woman will go to hellfire because of a cat. That woman locked that cat up, did not feed the cat, and did not allow the cat to go out to eat. That Muslim woman will go to hellfire because of a cat. Do you think that Islam allows, impossible to allow any sort of terrorism under no circumstance? So those so-called Islamist groups are not the representatives of real Islam. Tell non-Muslims not to be carried away, not to be cheated and deceived by those so-called groups who claim to be following Islam, but they are in fact not following Islam. They are following some other thing in the name of Islam. Real Islamic teachings are with Ahlalbait. With Ahlalbait, with Imam Hussein alayhi salam. This is the real Islam that everyone should know about. And this is our message, which we should carry to everyone and convey to everyone, starting from our own selves, then to our families, then our friends, then the whole society, then the whole world. And the dawn, the light is spreading. Hopefully we will see, inshallah, during our lifetime and your lifetime, the reappearance of the divine leader of this world, Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam, who will establish the word of justice and peace. May Allah hasten his reappearance, and may Allah keep all of us with his sincere followers. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Assalamu alayka wa ala al-arwah allati hallat bifina'ik. عليكم مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين ورحمة الله وبركاته. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.